press conferences 2 Mondays in a row.
Yep.
I didn't know he didn't have his stand. I grabbed mine last night.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Coming off the game, there on Saturday or Friday night, it was, really proud of our team. I know I said it in the post game, but getting a chance to go back and watch the film. First conference road game. It was a really good atmosphere that we had to go and compete in. I thought our guys just throughout the entire course of the game just continued to respond in all situations. I was really pleased with the way that we had prepared. They had some dynamic players. I thought the quarterback played really well. Made it challenging. I thought they played their best offensive game. We were able to settle down defensively, and I thought in the second half, played at a very high level when we needed to really elevate that. We were able to create takeaways. 3 takeaways were huge. Had 4 3-and-outs. Those are well timed. Just for what we needed throughout the course of the game, and I thought our offense. There was some ups and downs that showed up throughout, but you look at how Jordan Travis started the game. I think he completed his first 10, 11 passes. It was remarkable, and he prepared well, came out and started really fast. I liked the way we were able to throw the football. I thought our receivers probably played collectively the best game. In a long time that we've had here, and you saw Johnny was had a special performance, but guys even Malik. I know Pokey had a couple plays that he was able to make, but when you watched them without the ball in their hands, their blocking on the perimeter was phenomenal, and just the physicality, the effort, all the things that they were able to do, and the running backs ran hard. I thought there in the second half, really were able to create some explosives, and we needed to be able to establish a run, which allowed the more one-on-one coverage there on the outside, forcing the safeties to have to come in the box. But we talk to our team all the time about how you prepare, and you never know when your number is going to be called. And you saw that there at the quarterback position, at the defensive end position, at offensive tackle. When guys went down, we had guys that stepped up and really played at a high level. And I know we talked about Tate, but that was a special performance for him. And to come in there at the end of the second quarter where things were, it was there was a lot of adversity that he was thrown into, but wasn't great there for those first couple plays. Got into halftime and really just took a deep breath and went out and played football. And it's something I've seen from him, in practice. It's something I've seen from him in scrimmages. But to see him go and do that, when his number was called in a critical situation. And the thing I love is that it wasn't all clean. He got hit. He had to step into throws, and he did a great job and helped lead us back to victory there Friday night. So really proud of our team. As we get into this week, it's great to get back home. It's been a month since we've been able to play here at Doak Campbell, and I know we're excited. Got a primetime kickoff. It should be a great crowd. We need it to be, an electric atmosphere to create that home field advantage. And but I know our guys are excited for the opportunity to go out and continue to clean up the mistakes that have been made. And I love that we're sitting here at 3-0, and we still haven't played our best game. There's still a lot of growth. There's still a lot of things that we need to improve on, and even with last night's practice, our guys understand that, and there is a sense of urgency for improvement, and it's something that we absolutely need. And obviously we got this week ahead, and we've got to have a great week of preparation.
First question will be Ira, to your right.
When you talk about Tate, obviously the end of the first half wasn't the way you guys hoped. What were the conversations like at halftime, and how did he kind of, gather his composure to come out and play like he did in the second half?
It's just, it's always about that next play. And, there was, it's not when you come into a game, and there's, especially in that situation, there had been momentum had been going back and, been back and forth, and, he gets thrown into the game, and, he has, we had a missed assignment where we get immediate pressure on him. He tries to get the ball out. We get intentional grounding, and then on the interception, you get just a slight tug there, and just misses on a throw. And that's where in that moment, it wasn't how anybody draws it up, but you go into halftime, you take a deep breath. The energy in our locker room at halftime was awesome. It's a difference in our team. I mean, these guys, they believe, they know. It's a mindset when things are not going as well as what you had hoped, or if adversity shows up, or things that the unexpected. I mean, we were in there as coaches making adjustments, and you hear our players, you hear the talk, you hear the excitement, the sense of urgency to get back out, and everybody feeds off of that. And when I got a chance to talk to the team, talk to Tate, it's just go play the next play. All the things that we do, all the things that of how we train, and the situations that you have to work through. I mean, it's 4 times like that. And I thought the first drive of the third quarter was remarkable. And the throw that he had, there to Johnny. I mean, it was they blitzed off the edge. He made the right choice, the right decision. But he knew when he went to throw it, he knew he was about to get hit. And I mean, he stepped right into the throw, located perfect, and that's the sigh, that's the relief, is when you have that moment, you get up, and then you're able to move forward. And I just thought he did a great job. I think one of the plays of the game with the 3rd down and 10, where he was able to escape out of the pocket and he ran for the first down. I mean, that was huge. And Tate is one of the more athletic people we have on this football team, and people don't think of him as that, but I mean, just for him to utilize his legs as well and be able to escape and extend the drive. I mean, it was just good seeing him go out there and play. And like I said, after the game, I believe we could win with Tate, and I had a lot of confidence of that whenever his number was to be called. But to see him do that on the road in that atmosphere, I mean, it was big for him and big for his confidence too.
Go to Aslan in the back corner.
Coach, when Jordan went down, his reaction seemed to kind of lead on to maybe something catastrophic had happened, grasping at his ankle. You guys took him immediately to the medical tunnel for x-rays. 24 hours later, he tweets out that, great news, let's get it. What was your mind at in that instant, I guess, when he did go down, and his reaction, and where are you guys at right now, and where is he at?
Anytime a player goes down on the field, I mean, I always go out to them, and it's something that's important because, there's so much investment for players and to be able to play this game, and, regardless of what injury it is, it's just when they have to miss a play or miss a series or whatever that time that is, it's it's emotional. And obviously we've got really tough guys, and I think they've shown their toughness. And whenever they're down and they can't get off the field, it's something that you hurt for them. And but for me, it's making sure that everything was all right in the sense of they're on the field, and then we go through our process. We have a process with every injury that we have of what we do, what we look at. Obviously, we got incredible doctors and athletic training staff, and so we go through our procedures. And if guys are able to come back in, then they get back in. If they can't, then we continue to move on. But that's kind of just how we process it. And coming through this weekend, we were able to get further testing and evaluation, and with all those guys, with Jordan, Jared, Rob, Malcolm. I mean, there was a lot of guys that went down at different times throughout the course of that game. But we got I felt very good about where a lot of those reports came back, and we'll continue to evaluate it as the week goes on. And I know these guys, they put so much into it, and so anytime you have to miss any amount of time, it hurts. And I hate it for them, but I know they attack the rehab, and we've seen that throughout the early part of this season with a lot of guys that have been able to get back and play even before what maybe we thought they could. But I mean, these guys, they're fighters and definitely going to work.
Come to Brendan on your left.
2 questions about Tate. The first one, you mentioned at the end of talking about him earlier, his confidence. When a player has a performance like that and proves that they can do it, have you seen any shift in body language, just the way he's acting around the facility the last couple days? And then secondly, the touchdown throw, the last one to Johnny, just how impressive was that?
I mean, it's, you see, you see a joy. Tate's not the most outwardly emotional person. I mean, he is. It was fun to see him have some emotion on the field, especially like after the second touchdown. And but he is, he's a great young man, and I was happy for him. And yesterday he came back and he went to work. I mean, it was what you would expect, and but. You see the confidence emerge throughout the course of the game, and just because he played relaxed, he played confident. To make that throw, it was really a second read as it went through. On that play, and just to see him be able to execute in that moment and throw just a perfect ball. Johnny makes an incredible catch, gets his foot down. I mean, that's what you want from your players. And Tate, like I said, he prepared really well throughout the week, and that got to show up there. When he got his opportunity Friday night, but he should be more confident. And it's not saying that he's any different, acting now, but I mean, I had confidence in him before that happened, and it's just, but it's good for the young man to get the experience, and I know that he's going to be able to build upon that as we move forward. Yes.
This will be Carter in the middle on the right side.
When you have a 3-0 start like this, what does that do for you guys on the recruiting trail, and what has been kind of your message to recruits after a start like this?
Well, I mean, it's exciting for everybody to get a chance to see the identity, the foundation, all the playmakers that we have within the program and how we're able to utilize them. And so when it comes to recruiting, it's you always lay out a vision and a plan for each individual, because how we recruit, it's per individual. It's very specific to the young man, finding the right fit for Florida State, and but when they're able to see themselves in what we're doing, when they're able to see themselves and they see the steps, the growth. I mean, we've had two wins on the road, in very good atmospheres of what having to play, very in talented teams. It's it's exciting for recruits to see that progress that we're making, and it's like I told our team, and I mean we still haven't played our best game yet. I mean we're still early in the process of where we're going and what I believe we're capable of, but recruits are excited about it. We're excited about being able to showcase the opportunity that is here at Florida State, and there's definitely a great buzz around the program and with the young men that we're recruiting as well.
Kicking can obviously be something that just really takes the mental fortitude, real toughness. I guess, how do you talk to a guy like Ryan who's kind of going through what he's been going through, and I guess are you exploring other options coming into the week, or is he your kicker?
No, Ryan's our kicker, and obviously he had he missed a couple kicks on Friday that I have the utmost confidence that he was going to make, and unfortunately, there's a technique thing here or there that he's going to get cleaned up, and Ryan has done a good job for us over the last couple of years. I mean, especially there in those mid-range kicks. I mean, he's been very accurate for us, and unfortunately, it wasn't. He missed a couple opportunities, but just like any other position, when you have a mistake, when you miss an opportunity, it's where do you go from that moment? How do you respond to that? And Ryan works as hard as anybody on this football team, and he knows what he has to do to get it right. And you look at the week prior, we had a couple issues on our kickoffs. He's new at being our kickoff specialist. He had put a couple out of bounds in the LSU game, and I thought he was phenomenal in location, kickoffs, and all the kickoffs in the game, there on Friday night. But unfortunately, the two missed field goals are things that did cost us in the moment. But it's that's part of this game. If you're going to be a kicker, a quarterback, a receiver, anybody that gets put in a spotlight, I mean, it's about how you respond when things don't go your way. And Ryan is extremely mentally tough, and he's going to respond the right way. And excited for what the rest of the season is going to be for him.
Like every team uses the next man up mindset or talks about it, but when do you know that a team really believes it? Like, did you know it at some point before the season, or was it as this season started?
No, that's where competition really. I mean, I think it's a competition aspect of it. You never know when your number's going to be called, and there's a few positions where there's just one guy that plays, majority of the reps, but there's other positions that you're gonna see guys roll. You're gonna see, we try to prepare them to be put in different spots, and we want that competition. We want competition at every spot, because you never know when your role might change. It's just like going from last year to this year. There's guys that played last year, but this year they're in more of a showcase role, and they have to perform at an elite level, because so much of what we're doing is working through them. But that takes a step, and it's just like when somebody goes down. I mean, you have to be prepared. But how you prepare through practice, if you're willing to make that type of investment, if you're willing to truly see yourself even better than the role that you might be in, regardless of whether it's a starter or not, then I think that puts you in the best position to achieve success when it shows up on game day. And our guys, I mean, they compete hard. They compete hard in everything that we do in the off season. They're in practice, and when they get the opportunity on game day. So I do think that helps them. But it's about maximizing the opportunity, because everybody wants more. Every player wants more, whether it's more balls, more tackles, more playing time. Everybody wants more, but you got to go prove it and earn it, in all that you do. And I think our guys are doing that in a really good way.
Go back to Brendan over here.
When Johnny Wilson entered the transfer portal, I'm not sure how familiar you were with him, given he was a West Coast guy as a recruit, but I guess what was the evaluation process like? Was it like an immediate go for him, or did you have to do a pretty thorough process?
I actually remember I was in Arkansas when I saw his name, went in the portal, and obviously I got a lot of familiarity with that program, and when I saw his name go in, I actually immediately got on my computer and pulled up every play that he'd had in the year and a half that it was, and I think I was on the phone with him after I watched it. I was on the phone with him within 30 minutes. Told him that there was no doubt this was going to be a great situation for him. I just saw in his movements, his size, what he did. Went back and watched all his high school tape. I mean, it was pretty quick for me, and to see him coming in and just growing and becoming the player that I believe and knew that he would be. It's exciting, and when you get a sense of the young man. It's one thing to watch film, but I was after I did my background, and like I said, there's plenty of people that I could contact about the character and the type of person what he was. But when I talked to him and just the desire and the work ethic that he has to be great, I mean, that's what makes him remarkable. I'd encourage everybody, you can watch the however many catches he had for however many yards. Go watch him block. Like that, that's what speaks to the young man. And I thought he was dominant in his blocking, and it's good to see somebody that does that. And that's really, I'll go ahead and for Coach Dugans and the job he's doing with our receivers, I mean, it's incredible. I thought they played one of the best games that we played here, but it wasn't just all with the ball in their hands. I mean, Micah, I mean, you just think, I mean, he throws his body around, and blocking and being able to, it's an impressive group. Malik making big plays. I mean, Pokey, we've had a different guy each week. Kentron in week 1. I mean, every week a different guy showing up and being able to play at a high level. And so, just seeing that emergence of that group, I mean, it's because of that competition, but we got the right guys.
Go a couple rows back to Hassan.
Yeah, Coach. We talked about Jordan's injury. Jared got hurt, and you lost a couple other players. What's Jared's status, and did you guys come out without any season-ending injuries?
No, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, it's things we're excited about where we are right now. We'll evaluate it as it goes through the week.
Darius obviously stepped in with Robert Scott went down. I don't know. He might be the first guy up at a few of the spots right now, or kind of was going into that game. How valuable is? I mean, we've talked about that experience, and how did he evaluate stepping into that role?
No, he did good. And Darius has played so much football here, and he is, coming off the injury. He missed. He wasn't full, until probably the last week of fall camp. But I mean, to center, guard, tackle. I mean, every position across the board he can play. And I would say probably 2 weeks ago, he missed the LSU game. And, I mean, we tried to push to get him up, but, I mean, he just wasn't available to really go out there and play at the level. Coming off of Duquesne and kind of getting a little, having a little tweak there. But coming off of that LSU game, I mean, really from that point on, you've really seen a lot of growth in him and just the confidence building. You're feeling that strength, feeling that power, and Darius has played good football for us. And to be able to have him in that position to come in and be able to step in for Rob when he went down, but I mean, he can do it all, and his versatility. I mean, he's got a bright future in front of him, and as this season progresses, and as he continues to build that confidence, I mean, I think he's going to play at a very high level for us, and we need him to. And just what he brings to this team is invaluable, and we're definitely proud of him for the work that he's putting in.
Go back to Ira.
I know the polls don't matter, especially in September, but would you like the players to see some validation for a couple of wins away from home against pretty good teams?
I mean, it's where you get your validation from. I mean, our players they watch film here. They know, and that's where I get it from. I mean, I know what we've had to do these first 3 games and the work they put in and the way they performed, and ultimately. I respect the crap out of what this team is doing, and like I said, we have not played our best game, and we've got a lot of areas we're going to continue to grow. Ultimately, if we continue to take those steps and we make the most of each opportunity, then all that other stuff will take care of itself. I mean, what I want is for our team to go play our best, and we've got to get better this week, and they know that, and it's Nobody signed up just to be 3-0, and yes, we're excited. We've done the things necessary, but still, I mean, the standard here is to be your best when you step on that field. And we've had some mistakes that have shown up, and we've had some inconsistencies in areas of what that is. And so, this week is our time to go get it fixed. And we get an opportunity come Saturday night, to play another conference game, play a very, very well-coached team in Boston College that's tough, that's physical. They have some of those dynamic playmakers in our league, at receiver. This is going to be a great matchup and an opportunity for us to go out there and to show improvement and to go, have an opportunity to play our best game. And that's what our guys are pushing for. If you rely on everything on the outside to give you validation, well, I mean, there's plenty of people that will say enough negative things about you, and enough people that say enough positive things about you. It's all going to wash itself out. And so, let's just go be our best, and the rest will take care of itself.
Anything else?
All right,
Two more.
you're ready to quit. I mean, the other day was go as long as you want. Today you're trying to quit it. That's fine.
Trying to find that balance.
Again, with this team, looking at how far they've come over the last year. I mean, a year ago it was 0-4, and today you're 3-0. At 0-4, I mean, did you even think that you guys would be able? I mean, and over the last 10 or 11 games, what you guys have done,
Oh, did I think this would happen?
Well, yeah. I mean, did you think it was even possible?
Hell yes. It's. I believe in how we do things. Nobody signed up to want to be 0-4 last year. It was, but by how we played and some of the things that we did and coach and all of it, we all earned where we were. There were some. We played a top-ranked team really close. We had some close games, and but what I appreciate is our guys. They never let up. They just continue to push, continue to work. I mean, I've said here for since I've been here, it is a process. It is a process to set the foundation. There had been so much change, so much inconsistency just in an expectation. Well, there's no inconsistency in the expectation here. And that's something that we've worked hard to establish. Our guys have bought into that. I look back to the Louisville game a year ago. Halfway through the game, I mean, you're down 31-7. That was a pretty terrible place to be at in that moment. But even how they finished that game, it was something that I pointed to as that shows you what they have inside. And they came back, continued to work. Continue to speak that speak victory over them, and they responded. And so I'm still pissed about some of those opportunities between that point and now that we came up short because it wasn't consistent enough. And that's what we're looking for. And we haven't been consistent enough in our first 3 games, and we're 3-0, yay. But I want better. And that's what we're pushing for, better, because ultimately it is about us going out there and playing to the level that I know we're capable of, and we have yet to do that. And we get an opportunity this week, but we got to take the lessons, we got to learn from the mistakes, and we got to go apply them. And we got to do it at a very, very high level of consistency and being able to showcase the best of what our players do. And if we do that, I feel very confident in where we're going to continue to go. But I'm excited about the future in this program and where we're at, but more importantly, where we're going.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.